5th December 2021 Madhuban Avyakta Bapdada Om Shanti Revise 5th of December 1989. The Murli's title is How to be Constantly Happy. Today, Bapdada was looking at all the children from everywhere. What did he see? The extent to which each children is happy at every moment. Along with that, Baba also saw how much you make others happy, because happiness is the only thing visible on your faces as the practical form of all godly attainments. Happiness is the special basis of Brahman life. There is the difference of day and night between temporary happiness and the permanent happiness. Based on the complete and perfect state, temporary happiness is definitely visible for a short time on the faces of those who have temporary attainments. However, spiritual happiness definitely makes you happy, and the vibrations of spiritual happiness also reach other souls. Other souls also experience peace and power. Just as a tree that is full of fruit gives people the experience of coolness for a short time with its cool shade, and they became happy. In the same way, souls who are full of the fruit of godly attainments and spiritual happiness give others the experience of peace and strength in body and mind with the shade of their attainments. Like rays of the sun, the vibrations of happiness make you forget the atmosphere, people, and everything else and change everything into an experience of true spiritual peace and happiness. At the present time, souls without knowledge spend a lot of money in order to stay happy in their lives. What did you people spend? Without spending any money, you stay constantly happy, do you not? Or are you only happy with the help of others? Babdada was checking the children's chart. What did he see? One kind is of those who are constantly happy, and the other kind is of those who are happy. The word constantly does not apply to them. Baba saw three types of happiness. First, happy with oneself. Second, happiness with others. Third, happiness in doing service. If you are happy in all three, you have automatically pleased Bapdada, and the souls with whom the Father is pleased are always embodiments of success. Bapdada saw that some children are unhappy with themselves. They are unhappy because of little things, although they know the first lesson of who am I. They forget it. They forget what the Father has made them and has given them. The Father has given each child a right to the full inheritance. He has not given some children the full inheritance and others only half the inheritance. Has anyone received only half or a quarter of the inheritance? Have you only been given half, or have you only taken half? The Father has given everyone the blessing and inheritance of being a Master Almighty Authority. It isn't that He has given your children some powers but not given other powers. He hasn't kept anything for Himself. He has filled you all with all virtues and made you embodiments of all attainments. However, you are unable to accommodate in yourselves the attainments that you have received from the Father. Just as while having physical wealth and all facilities, you don't know how to spend the money or use the facilities, so too while having these attainments, you remain deprived of them. In the same way, you all have all the attainments and treasures, but you don't know the way to use them. You don't know how to use them at the right time. You then say, I realize that I should have done that, or I shouldn't have done that. But I forgot it at that time. I now understand that it should not be like that. If at that time even 1 second goes by, you won't be able to reach your destination of success because the train of time will have departed. Whether you were delayed by even a second or by an hour, the time would have gone by. Then, when the train of time has departed, you became disheartened with yourselves, and sanskars of unhappiness emerge. My fortune is like that. Such is my part in the drama. You were told earlier too that there are two main reasons for being unhappy with oneself. First, being disheartened. Second, feeling jealous, seeing the specialities, the fortune of the parts of others. You then have less courage and greater feelings of jealousy. Neither can those who are disheartened ever be happy, nor can those who are jealous, because in both cases the desires of such souls can never be fulfilled, and desires don't allow you to become good. Therefore, you are not able to be happy. In order to be happy, constantly keep one thing in your intellects. According to the rules of the drama, at the confluence age, each Brahmin soul has definitely been given the speciality or other, even if it is the last bead of the rosary of 16,000. That soul has also been given one speciality or other. Go further than that, even out of the 900,000 souls who have been remembered, each one has been given one speciality or other. First of all, recognize your speciality. As yet, you have not even reached 900,000 who have recognized the speciality of the fortune of Brahman life. Recognize that and use it. Do not become disheartened or jealous seeing the speciality of others, but use your own speciality, and that one speciality will bring other specialities. When a 0 continues to be placed after a 1, it becomes so many. Put a 0 beside 1 and it becomes 10. Put another 0 and it becomes 100. Put a third 0 and it becomes 1,000. You know this calculation, do you not? To use it means to increase it. Do not look at others. Use your speciality. For example, Bab Dada always gives the example of Bholi Dadi in the kitchen. The names of the Marathis may sometimes be mentioned, but her name is always mentioned. She uses her speciality even though she only looks after the kitchen. By using her speciality, she is remembered as a special soul. When everyone speaks of Madhuban, they relate things of the Dadis and also of Bholi Dadi. She doesn't give lectures, but she herself has become special by using her specialities. Others also look at her and see her as special. So, what will you do to be happy? Use your specialities and they will increase. Then, when you develop all of them, you will become full. And the basis of happiness is fullness. Those who are happy with themselves will be happy with others and with service too. They will please others with whatever service they are given to do, and they will claim a number ahead. The biggest service will be done by your images of happiness. So, did you hear what charts Baba saw? Acha. Teachers have the fortune of sitting at the front because you come as guides and work very hard. You will call someone from Sukhadam and another one from Vishal Bhavan. You get very good exercise. You don't go for walks at the centers, when service first began. You, means daddies, used to go everywhere on foot. Did you not? Your senior daddies also used to go on foot. They would carry one piece of baggage and go by foot. Nowadays, all of you have come at a time when everything is ready made. So you are lucky, are you not? You have got ready made centers. The buildings are our own. Previously, they used to live on a bank of the river Jamuna. They had just the one room, their bedroom at night and the service room during the day. However, you are now eating the fruit of the fortune of the renunciation they had with happiness. You have come at the time of eating the fruit. They sown the seeds and you are reaping the fruit. It is very easy to eat fruit, is it not? Now let such a quality fruit emerge. Do you understand? The quantity already exists and that too is needed. You want to reach 900,000 and so both quality and quantity are needed. However, at least prepare a strong rosary of 16,000. Now, especially underlying doing service of quality souls. In every group, there are teachers and also Kumaris, but the Kumaris don't emerge, means surrender. They like Madhuban and they also love the father, but they have to think about it before they surrender themselves. Those who offer themselves are able to move along without any obstacles, whereas those who move along having been told to do so come to a standstill and then start moving again. They would repeatedly tell you, "We had told you in advance that we would not surrender." Some of them think that it is better to stay outside, means the center, and do service. However, there is definitely a difference between staying outside and doing service having renounced everything. Those who understand the importance of surrendering have stepped aside from many things and have come here easily and freed from having to work hard in many respects. So teachers, you understand very well how important you are, do you not? Are those who do both tasks, their jobs and the service, good? Or those who only do the service? Those Kumaris still have to play double parts. Although they are free from bondage, they are still have double parts, whereas you only have one part. Householders have to play three roles of studying, of serving, and of sustaining their household. You have become free from all things. Acha, to all the elevated souls who are constantly full of the speciality of happiness, to the sensible and essential souls who always recognize their specialities and use them, to the great souls who are constantly happy and have the greatness of making others happy, Bapdada's love, remembrance and Namaste. The spiritual children says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Bapdada meeting Agra and Rajasthan groups. Do you always consider yourselves to be the elevated souls seated on your immortal thrones? You souls are immortal and so your thrones are also immortal. Are they not? You souls do so much work while seated on those thrones, with the awareness that each of you is a soul seated on a throne. You automatically have the awareness that you have a right to self-sovereignty. When a king is seated on his throne, he naturally has the intoxication and happiness of his kingdom. To be seated on the throne means to be a king who has self-sovereignty. By having this awareness, all your physical organs will automatically follow all your orders. The Father's heart is a hard throne for those who move along considering themselves to be seated on their immortal thrones. Because by understanding yourselves to be souls, you remember the Father. Then there are no bodies, bodily relations, or material things. The one Father is your world. Therefore, those who are seated on their immortal thrones are seated on the Father's heart throne. Only the children who belong to the one Father and none other remain in the Father's heart. So you have a double throne. Beloved, long lost, and now found children are always made to sit in the lap. They are made to sit up high, not on the floor. So the Father's too says, sit on the throne, do not get down from it. Would those who are given a throne sit anywhere else? So do not forget your immortal throne or the heart throne, but come into the soil of the body, into the dirt of the body. A body is said to be of dust, is it not? You say dust turns to dust, do you not? So, to come into a body means to come into the consciousness of dust. Raw children never play in the dirt. Godly children are the most raw of all. So, do you enjoy sitting on the throne, or do you have a slight desire to sit in the dirt? Some children have a habit eating dirt and playing with dirt. So, you are not like that, are you? You have played in the dirt for 63 births. The Father is now making you sit on a throne, and so how can you play in the dirt? Those who play in the dirt became dirty. So you too became so dirty. The Father has now cleaned you. By having this awareness, stay constantly powerful. Those who are powerful never became weak. To become weak means to have an illness of Maya. You have now become healthy for all time. Your souls have become powerful. Karmic accounts of your bodies are different matter, but your minds have become powerful. Have they not? Your bodies are weak and don't function. They are your last bodies, and that will happen anyway. However, your souls must be powerful. Your souls must not become weak when your bodies are weak. So always remember that you are those who are going to be seated on the double throne and have a double crown. Acha, all of you are content? Are you not? To be content means to be happy. Are you constantly happy or only sometimes? You are not happy sometimes and unhappy at other times. Are you? You never became unhappy with some situations, do you? Today I did this. Today this happened. Yesterday that happened. You don't write letters like those, do you? Those who are constantly happy also make others happy with their spiritual vibrations. Do not think I am constantly happy anyway. However, the power of happiness will definitely spread. Are you happy to the extent that you are able to make others happy too? Or are you happy by only being happy with yourself? If you also make others happy, no such letters will be received. If someone sends a letter of unhappiness, send it back to them. Remember this time and this date. Yes, write this letter. I'm okay, and others are also okay with me. Just write these 2 lines. That's all. I'm okay, and others are also okay with me. Why do you spend so much money? These 2 lines can also be written on a card. So do not repeatedly write letters. Some sends cards every day. Do not send cards every day. You can send a card with OK twice a month or every fortnight. Do not write long stories. Now make others happy with your happiness. Acha. Blessing. May you be a spiritual server who achieves success in doing service with the powers to accommodate and to face. Explanation. Spiritual servers cannot think of anything except doing service. They do not take a rest for even a second in their thoughts, words, or actions, and this is why they are the best. In order to achieve success in doing service, they always remember the slogan to accommodate and to face is our goal. They accommodate their old sanskars and face Maya, not the divine family. Such children, along with being knowledgeful, are also powerful and are said to be spiritual servers. Slogan. Do not make small things big. Make the atmosphere powerful. Om Shanti